Straight to the point, sometimes you need to create a custom n8n node that uses authentication. That means you need to provide credentials to connect to an external service. Most APIs today, like the ones on Rapid API and other platforms, require some kind of authentication. This could be a username password or API key or another method. In this video, we are going to create our own custom n8n node that uses authentication to connect to an external service. To make the node work, we must first configure the authentication, and after that, we can execute our node and check the returned values. For this example, we are using ExchangeRate API that requires an API key, and we will show how to implement that in our custom node. I highly recommend watching our previous video where we created a custom n8n node without authentication. In this tutorial, we add a new custom node and one credential for the node for authentication. If you watched the first tutorial, you'll remember that we used the AI starter kit on Docker and created a custom folder. If you didn't watch that video, here's what you need to know to follow along. We installed a self-hosted AI starter kit, added some environment variables, and then started it using the CPU profile. Once it's started, make sure your n8n instance has a custom folder. Here's how to check. With Docker PS, we get the information of our containers. Our n8n container is simply called n8n. So we create a shell inside the container using docker exec-it and the name of our container, which is now n8n, /bin/sh. When the shell opens, navigate to /home/node/.n8n. Check whether a folder with the name custom exists. If not, simply create one. In our case, the folder is already created, and it includes a folder with the name of our project from our previous tutorial. If for some reason you need to delete the project folder and you face some permission issues, you need to exit and log into the container again with root access. Once logged in as root, go to the folder and delete everything. Now we start with a clean folder. With pwd, we confirm that we are now in /home/node/.n8n/custom. And now we can exit. At this point, we have an n8n instance from the AI starter kit in Docker locally with a custom folder. So everything is now ready for us to develop our n8n custom nodes. To start, we need an API that requires authentication. A simple example is the ExchangeRate API. It's free and perfect for testing. Go to the website, create an account, and activate it through the link sent to your email. Once logged in, you get 1,500 API requests per month. That's more than enough to test our custom nodes. Take the provided example request and paste it in your browser to test the API. Sure enough, you will get a list of exchange rates compared to the given currency, in this case, US dollar. So calling the API with your API key in the URL is working. When you navigate to the documentation, you see there are two ways to authenticate. One is the default in URL authentication, and the other method is the token bearer authentication. We are interested in the second method, which is clearer and more secure way of authentication. Now go to Cursor and open your cloned version of the n8n-nodes-starter project. Just as a reminder, if you want to publish your custom node as a community node, it has to start with n8n-nodes-, as we did here for our project repository name. We have two sample nodes with authentication. One of them uses username password and the other one bearer token. This second one is similar to what we want to implement for our ExchangeRate API. To save time, I already created the credential file. In it, we use an API key property, which we will use when we test the connection in the authorization part of the header. This is important because once you save it, the system tries to test the connection. If it works, you see a green alert, and if it fails, you will get a red alert. We will test it shortly when we set up the credentials for our custom node. Please notice we added the credential implementation in the credentials folder. Next, go to the nodes folder and copy and paste our last created custom node. In this way, we copy the icon file too. Change the folder name and also rename the TypeScript file inside it and open the TypeScript file. We use Ctrl-D to change the name and the class name simultaneously. Here's a pro tip. If you prefix your implementations with some kind of prefix like B24, then you don't need to worry about the matching upper and lowercase names. Just use Ctrl-D and replace partial names. Next, use Ctrl-D again multiple times to change all occurrences of Crypto Manager to ExchangeRate. The group name remains input, but for this node we must add the credentials which we already named B24 ExchangeRate API, and it is required. Now we come to another part which needs some adjustments. Change the base URL to the URL we already tested for the ExchangeRate API and add a line for the authorization header. It uses bearer followed by the API key property we defined in credentials. Next, update the resource and operations. Our resource is now rate instead of coin. If you have multiple resources, you will list them here. For rate, we have one operation called getExchangeRate. The URL is again dynamic, and it's /latest/ and the value of the currency parameter, which we will define it next with the type string and the default value of US dollar. Now we can save the file and go to the next step and adjust the package.json file. The most important part in the package.json file is the n8n section. In credentials, we add a line for the credentials, and in the node section, we add a line for our custom node. And don't forget to save the file before going to the next step. As mentioned in the last tutorial, the batch file depends on your OS. In our case, we created the batch file for the Windows operating system. For Mac and Linux, it's a bit easier. Let's have an overview of the batch file. This file checks for dependencies like rimraf, gets the name of the package.json, sets some variables, builds the node using p-npm run build, creates a temp container to copy the dist content into the custom folder, restarts the n8n, and outputs some logs. This batch file is the same we used for our last example. We open a terminal and run the batch file. When it's finished, we open our browser and go to n8n on localhost port 5678. Inside n8n, we add a new workflow. We manually add a trigger and rename the workflow to B24 ExchangeRate workflow. Now we add a new node. And as we prefixed our custom nodes implementations, as soon as we type B24, we see both of our custom nodes. We select and open the B24 ExchangeRate. As you can see, this node needs credentials to connect to the API service. So we create a new credential by pasting our API key. Once saved, the system will test the connection. If successful, you see a green alert, connection tested successfully. I recommend to always prefix API keys with some date information, like 2025-06. This helps track and manage multiple keys. We save the credential and go back to our node. The credential just entered is now selected. We leave the rest of the values as default and execute the step. And sure enough, see the result in our output. You get exchange rates for many currencies compared to the US dollar. That means the API and authentication worked correctly and we can close the node. Now add a set node to be able to change the currency given to our node. Add a field named currency and set the value to pound. Execute the step, the value will now be pound. Go to our custom node. Right now it still defaults to US dollars. Change it to use the currency from the previous step to make it dynamic. Run it again and now it compares other currencies to pound. Close the node and save the workflow. To test the workflow, click on Execute Workflow and open the most recent execution. Check the set node, you will see the currency is now pound. And when you check the custom node, it returns all exchange rates compared to pound. If you are only interested in one currency like euro, you can add another set node and add other field. Set the value to euro and execute the step. Now you can see the exchange rate from pound to euro. We close the node and change the currency from pound to dirham and run the steps again. Now you get exchange rates for dirham. Save the workflow again and test the entire workflow by clicking the Execute Workflow. Go to the execution list and check each step. Everything works now. We have a fully working custom n8n node with bearer authentication and an API key. In n8n, when we go to the Credentials tab, we see our just created credentials. When we open it, we see the API test is successful. Now we go to our credential implementation and enter a wrong baseUrl. Save and redeploy our project. When we refresh n8n and go to Credentials, it will now show an error. This can happen when the service provider changes the API or the URL is not existing anymore. We change it back to the correct URL, redeploy and refresh. Now when we check, it is now green again. Another case is when your API key expires. If the key becomes invalid or is deactivated, even if the URL is correct, the credential will show an error. In that case, you can change or delete the credential. Now that both of our custom nodes work, one with and one without credentials, we can clean up the project and remove the sample nodes. I will keep them as we might still use them in coming tutorials. So stay tuned and good luck.